record this so that we can post it. There we go. Sorry. Let me go back. So again, community cards have been delivered, loaner cards have been delivered. If you are at a middle school site, that is Sierra Madre Middle, Elliott, Washington Steam Magnet Academy, and Wilson, you will be receiving a second cart, but that will happen sometime in November. So due to some projects and some management things that we have to take care of, we're not going to be able to get those second loaner carts out to those middle schools until November. So we'll keep you updated on a timeline, but our techs are working on cleaning and power washing and preparing those, and then Albert will work on getting those in the system. So I will stop here. Any questions regarding community carts or loaner carts? No? All right, I'm going to move on. Okay, elementary Chromebook carts. We had round one where our techs came around. They checked the number of devices on your cart and referenced that to what is in Aries. If you needed more, they were going ahead and giving you more, and they were moving things around. If you had too many, they were using those to replenish the carts that didn't have enough. So what they're doing now is they're coming around again and going site by site to make sure that everybody's cart has enough devices. So they started this last week, and they're going to move as quickly as possible and go to all of the schools to make sure that everybody has enough devices for the number of students in their classroom. Please keep in mind, if you have moved Chromebooks on your own, they can't be serviced. Our department is also talking about possibly locking devices down that have been taken off full carts that are extra, because we need to be able to find those and either put them at other schools that need them or put them onto other carts that need them. All of this is managed in Destiny, so it really becomes a problem when you guys move them on your own and the techs don't update that in our system. So that's going to cause a problem when you need them serviced or if they go lost, or when we talk about pushing out SBAC testing apps and that kind of thing. Also, if your site has extra carts, so maybe you've had classes collapsed or combined due to low enrollment, those carts will be picked up by Jim and his team. So please make sure that those devices aren't distributed. We've seen new devices used by teachers, school site staff, and coaches that haven't had them checked out to them. And due to the nature of our lease program, that's going to become a problem if something should happen to those devices. So we want to make sure that they stay to their assigned carts in the classrooms that they belong to. So any questions regarding elementary Chromebook carts? No? All right. Awesome. Offline access to Google Drive. So Albert took care of this. We all have offline access now. So if you don't have internet connection and you want to work on a Google Doc, Google Slides, I believe Forms as well, and I know Sheets, you can update, edit those offline, and then as soon as you connect to an internet connection, it will go ahead and update it to the live document. This feature has been turned on where you have the capability, but what you would need to do is go into Drive and then go into Settings, and then you would go ahead and say, yes, I want to be able to work online. So you now have the choice to do that. You don't have to, but if it's something where like you go to the park, and your kids are playing and you want to be able to update documents or work on things, you can go ahead and do that offline without being connected. That type of access now is available to you. We're hoping to turn this on for secondary students, especially because we're running into the issue of kids are taking devices home, but they don't necessarily always have access to internet. So not only do we have the hotspot program through Sprint, but this is another way that they can complete assignments offline. And then when they do reconnect, it will resync with those documents. Okay. We do have a group at Sierra Madre Middle that will be piloting that. It's not turned on for them yet, but that is going to come so that we can make sure that there aren't any glitches for the students in that. I've been using it. I don't know if John's been testing it, maybe yes or no. Yes, he's been testing it. So it's been working great for me, but go ahead and test out that feature for us. All right. October, Anti-Bullying and Cybersecurity Month. So possibly some of your sites have been talking about this. Bullying is a hot topic right now, especially in education. So we haven't paired it with, but people have paired it with cybersecurity, which is good. It kind of goes hand in hand. Yeah, I just muted. So I sent out a s'more. John and I compiled some resources for you guys. So anti-bullying, cybersecurity, there's some great information about phishing and what that is when we receive those emails that ask us to click on links or give information we shouldn't be giving, where they're actually looking for access to our accounts. And then anti-bullying as well, we included digital citizenship, and if teachers click on those lessons, it will take them to Nearpod so that they can access those digital citizenship lessons. So that's really great. I did put the link in here, so you can click there to access the s'more, and we will be sending out a s'more for this every Monday in October. So that way we can share some more resources for you and for teachers on anti-bullying and cybersecurity. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move forward. Does anyone have any questions so far, or are we good? I think we're good. All right. So this is an article just based on a lot of feedback and conversations that John and I have had with teachers and with tech leaders and coaches. We really love George Couros. Did I say his name right, John? Couros, we read a book from him last year. He's a great motivational speaker. He's really into tech integration and best practices in the classroom. But this month or this week, he had an article on 4 steps to deal with not feeling supported. And I feel like there are always times as leaders and as innovators, as educators, and just as human beings where we are not feeling supported by either the people we work with or work for. So this is kind of an overview of his article, and if you click on this, it will take you to the whole article, and it's not very long, but it gives you 4 steps on things that you can do to help get through, you know, maybe not being supported by people on site, or maybe parents at your school site, or anything like that. So we thought that might be helpful and encouraging to you guys. All right, here's a bunch of resources to share that we have actually been asked for, so we thought we would put them all in one place for you. So for grades, we have information on grading report card schedule and info. Teachers have been asking, when does the grading window close, and then when am I able to input my grades into report cards? Also, they wanted information on the new digital report cards and information they could share with their teachers or even parents at their school site. So if you click on this first link, our Aries team has put together a bunch of resources and links for you that might be helpful. And if you're an instructional coach, this might be something that you want to share with other instructional coaches or administrators at your school site. If you want to book training for Gradebook, John's going to kill me, but this actually takes you to his booking site because he is our master of Gradebook. I'm always texting him like, am I telling the teacher the right thing? So depending on your DLIP or IB, or if you have a special program at your school, there might be some differences in how you do Gradebook. So you can book him for Gradebook. If you're secondary, I would love to come support you with Gradebook. That's my wheelhouse. Coaching. Please tell your teachers, model lessons, ongoing tech integration support. We've been working on coaching cycles with some people at different sites. You can share our booking link with them. If they want to upgrade Chromebooks, I've had lots of emails like, what's that link again? What's that link again? Here's the link where teachers can go to upgrade their Chromebooks at any time. They just schedule a time with our techs here, and they have to come to the Ed Center, just so you know. It won't be delivered to them by their technician. They'll have to make an appointment down here. We are updating our site with all of the s'mores we send out, resources, important links, and updates. So don't forget to bookmark our Tech Leader site. We're also going to, well, I was hoping to post some more videos on anti-bullying and kind of some resources you could use above and beyond what we'll be sending out monthly. So that information will be there too. If you missed the workshop follow-up, so important links and information and some for our innovators as well about how to proceed moving forward, how to make sure you get your subs. If you don't have an office manager, please make sure you're letting us know so we can help you with your sub situation. And there's a link for that there. And then our next workshop is on Wednesday, October 24th. So make sure that you are prepared for that, because we're hoping to have a fun, exciting time and get our hands dirty and create some items, some tech integration pieces, and learn some stuff when we meet in a few weeks. I know this is a lot of information, but I just want to be aware of your time. So are there any questions about any of this information or these resources? No?
Hold on, there's a bunch I can't hear you.
Oh. John's taking care of people who can't hear yet. Arlene, I received an email from Safe School Ambassadors Program. Is there a part of the anti-bullying or separate program? Safe School Ambassadors Program, from my understanding, it's a program that school sites participate in. It's not something district-wide, as far as I know. I know my son's school did it at Fields, but I believe it's something they opted into. So you might be receiving that based on something your school site is doing. Okay?
Definitely not something like this.
Yeah, it's not something that we are pushing out. So we just have the digital citizenship, and then we're going to push out other resources for cybersecurity and you guys staying safe as far as what's coming through email or you might come in contact with while you're online. Okay, also, if you guys do receive a strange email that says, like, click here and put in your password or verify something, please take a screenshot of it and send it to the help desk. So we had an issue like that last week, and it's really helpful. That way we can educate everyone in what's going on. Okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next slide. Librarians, or anyone, because we have a lot of instructional coaches or teachers that are also helping with the Chromebook policies and procedures. This is mostly secondary, but talking about how are we managing these Chromebooks, how are we managing when they're lost or stolen, if a child has insurance or they don't have insurance, and what is the procedure for if we need to lock it down so that maybe it can be found. So we want to create a handbook, and we're going to, at the next meeting during our breakout sessions, we're going to have the librarians and anyone who supports that at their school site work together to kind of bring those resources all to one place so that there's a nice place for everyone to go where they can go, okay, I'm not sure what to do, but let's look at the handbook. So that's something that we are going to, that our librarians and anyone else who supports that Chromebook initiative can work on at our next Tech Leader workshop. If you need that information, there is a document here that John has created that outlines what students and parents and schools need to do in that situation. So you can just click on this link in order to reference that. Okay? For our innovators, a lot of questions about time cards. So just quickly, I'm going to go over this since it doesn't apply to everyone. But the first set of time cards are due by Friday, October 19th. We need real signatures, so you need to submit those either by district mail or drop them off at the Ed Center. So please make sure you do that before Friday, October 19th. In the SMORE that we sent out to innovators, we provided the funding code and PR information for your time cards. And then no one at your site needs to sign your time card. TJ is the one that signs off on it, and Teresa will give it to TJ when you turn it in to her. Okay? Innovators, if you have any questions about that, go ahead and email us at EdTech or myself or John, and we can walk you through that process. All right, and that is pretty much it. I wanted to make sure we were concise and quick on giving you those updates and what was coming out. this slide presentation, I'm going to go ahead and click out here so that you guys can see where this is. Oh, because I didn't share it. I'm not good at sharing, guys. All right, awesome. So if you go to workshops, it says WebEx October 9th. I have the SMORE I sent out, and I have the slide presentation, so you guys can go through it and reference it, and then I will also post the video so that if you missed any part of it, or you want to go back and reference that you can go ahead and do that at a different time. Before we sign off, because we want to respect your time, does anyone have any questions that they would like to ask at this time before we wrap up? You can go ahead and either unmute yourself or you can type the questions into the chat if there's anything you'd like for us to answer. I'll give you guys about 30 seconds.
No big time.
That's probably too much time. Yeah, I don't see any questions. I think we're good. Thank you, guys. We hope you're all doing well. Oh, is there a way that parents can lock out YouTube? No. So there's not a way right now that parents can lock out YouTube.
They
Yeah.
could be a parent and take the device.
They could take the device away. But yeah, there's no way for them to lock it out or change the settings on that, unfortunately, at this time. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Take it easy.